Yes, it's done. Okay, welcome everyone to the class. Today is Wednesday at noon Pacific time, so we are ready to draw again. And today I want you to offer you to look at your wild side. Like we are going to meet something very interesting and something very deep, hidden, and what can give us a lot of strength and protection. So today we will be meeting our totem animals. So I hope it will work for everyone, but I'm so excited about it. I'm like, I attended several shamanic workshops, and I practice shamanic exercises in my healing practices. Shamanic is not about evil. It's not about conflict with any religions. Shamanic means just connection to nature, connection to your deeper sides, deeper energies, and just hidden side of you. So I'm really excited to introduce you to this hidden realms, and it's really can give you some more much more understanding why we behave, what my strength is, and how I can use it, how I can be effective at the present moment to by using these energies. Like everything we do in Neurographica is very practical. We really learning how to be effective at this moment. Like everything that we do, like mandala of love, how I can be effective in love, in a relationship, in communication, in family. If we do some working with grief, how we can rearrange the energy that we invest in some painful experiences and change the perception to them, like change the guide them to something very effective and something very productive and creative. So whatever we do, the goal is to be effective, to be to create positive reality and learn something new about ourselves. Like everything we do, we're learning about ourselves. Okay, so here we are. Like you see, the dog starts barking. It's time to go and look at our wild side. So I will switch camera and we will talk a little bit more. And today we have another my co-teacher, Natasha, and she is going to we will talk together about a little bit about our course that starts in August. For clarification, what is the difference between classes we're teaching here and classes we teach there? So there will be some discussion between us during the class. So don't, if you have any questions, please type them on Facebook because it's a live stream, or in comments line if you have any questions after you watch this video on YouTube. So let me switch camera.
Hello, everybody. Very happy to see you. While Anna is switching camera, as she says, we're going to be hosting this together and talking a little bit about the courses.
Okay, so here we have some more people coming. Wait. Okay, Lisa, welcome. So today we are going to work with our totem animals. Welcome. We will. It will be exciting to meet your wild side. I'm very excited. I've met it some time ago. It's quite a wild life there. So I hope you will have fun. So before we go, before we continue to drawing, I want you to place your feet on the floor. I really cannot emphasize it enough how important to feel grounded, how important to stay in your body and feel safe in your body. I know that it could be very challenging for many people, but it's a try, like it's a muscle we need to really learn. So I want you to place your hands on your paper. Paper is going to receive whatever is hidden in your subconsciousness. We need to charge it with your energy. We need to channel this energy to the paper and be connected. So try to establish the flow from your feet to your hands and to your tip of your skull, like of your head. Like really, the energy is going through your body, and it's a circulation. It's going from bottom to top and from top to bottom. It's a circulation. There is a sacred, in sacred geometry, the torus represents the circulation of energy around our body and through our body. So this is how the energy is moving. Okay, and now I invite you, like today, I want you to use a fine tool, like if you have a liners or ultra fine markers, this would be the best, because we are going to draw many lines at the beginning, and it's just easier to operate. Like I'm going to use Uniball. I have 0.7 and 0.5 Uniball, so we'll see which one I will use the most. And the first thing that we will draw, we are going to draw eyes of our animal. Like just 2 circles. You define how big they want to be, how close they want to be. Trust your instincts, trust your intuition, how close they want to be. So these are eyes, like they are empty right now, but it's a channel for you to be access to this wild side. And we start exploring, we start drawing narrow line. You see like which way you want. You can start it from the side and just explore this area. We're trying to explore what is hidden here, because we're trying to access the hidden side of you, and we try to learn what is there. We don't expect like, oh, should look like a cat, or should look like a bear. Try to be open, try to be, don't have any expectations. See where the line is leading you. How does it want to reveal this side of you? See how it goes. And we need to, you can start rounding right away if you want. You can wait till the very end. Like there are different options, and it really depends on you. What do you prefer? Some people really get very like overwhelmed when there are like 100 lines and so many corners to round. So you can start round right away. And see, we just explore without expectations. And we learn how to trust. This is really about trust. See, I don't know what is going to be today. Whatever you need, maybe you've seen, maybe you've met already your totem animal, but they are changing, and there are several of them, and they can come depending on the quality that you need right now. Like not what you want, but what do you need right now? Maybe it's a some playfulness that you need right now. Maybe this is a strength. Maybe this is a flexibility and how you can be adjusted to changing environment. We really, so, in most cases, we are stuck so much in our belief system that like, okay, so I need to be very strong to resolve this issue. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something different. Maybe you need to let go some strengths, and maybe you need to be very adaptive. Allow your subconsciousness really give you the best advice, and the interpretation that you give, it will be your interpretation. It's you who will see the animal in your lines. See what you are going to explore. It's a message for you, not for anybody else. And you can pay more attention to eyes if you want. Like right now, I leave them as they are right now. I'm not sure if I want to go there yet. I want to explore surroundings. It's interesting, like I do Native American style carvings, and whenever I like almost at the beginning of any carvings, I carve eyes. I prefer the Haida style eyes, and like they start looking at me, and it's not just I define the patterns, but they guide me, like. And I've seen so many times, like when you expect something, like how it should look at the end, and you make mistake or accident, because with sharp tools, it's really sometimes challenging to be 100% accurate. Some situations can happen and you change design, and they start like laughing, like they almost cause this mistake because they want you to guide you to somewhere else. It's a very interesting experience to play with wood. Wood is very alive, and the Native American, it's a language. It's really, you can, each element is talking to you. It's a very intriguing process. With all my honor to the traditions and culture. Okay. And now I have like the same sensation, like you almost, it's like a ritual. It's not just a drawing, it's a ritual. It's really accessing some sacred element. And interesting, I'm like, I start rounding and I feel like I have already something start appearing in my lines. But it's not like I try to draw somebody or something. I allow it to appear when it's ready, when it feels safe, when it feels that I'm ready to accept it gratefully, without any judgment. So see what is going on your drawing. Pay attention, how do you feel? How do you breathe? Is there any constraints in your breath? How do you inhale and exhale? Both ways, it's very important. And some people live like they always inhale, but never exhale, really. Like it's such a invisible element, like exhale for them. Some opposite. So try to use different thickness of lines. Maybe you use something more like fine lines. See how it will be working. I feel like I have already the nose here. So the artist is really who is seeing hidden. It's what you can see that other people don't. And this is a very important, like you try to reveal something that other people don't see yet. And it's very important to allow yourself to see. And the more curves will be in your lines, the easier you can see some things. Okay, I feel like I want, and you can go across eyes as well, because eyes is an activation. I want eyes to be connected to the rest of the body of this animal. See what is going to be revealed. Keep breathing, keep drawing. Pay attention what is going on in your body, how you still be connected, your feet on the ground, or they are all over the place. And any sensations in your body. We are accessing like quite strong energy, so there could be at the beginning some challenges. So it's okay. It could be emotional when you see something in your perception, in your drawing. It has many associations. So what kind of associations may appear right now for you? We didn't do the 2 minutes exercise today because I want you, like, this is really the activation, like the moment of going inside and just explore, pay attention to what is going on in your life. It's maybe a real animal, or maybe it's a mythical animal. I don't know, maybe some of you will see unicorns. Why not? It's your hidden side. See what you want to see, what wants to appear, not what you want, but what you want, what you're ready to accept. Why not? Unicorns. And maybe there are some animals that it used to exist. And we've been in Berlin in a museum, and they have the gate from the Babylon, and there are so many animals that they expect that they used to exist, but not anymore. And it's on this gate, and it's interesting. Like, they really look like mythical animals, but scientists expect that there is a chance they really existed at that time when it was built. Who knows, like, how many animals that exist right now will be extinct in 100 or in 1,000 years. So if we have never seen it in real life, it doesn't mean it's never existed. So I think it's was from Babylon. I'm very bad at remembering names of places, but you got the point. So,
are you talking about the Ishtar Gate?
yes, yeah. The blue, I think they were blue.
Yes, with the blue stones, yes. Tiles.
Yeah, very beautiful, and it's very huge. I was surprised how huge they were. It's a very beautiful installation that museum has. Okay, something starts twitching in my eye. So I just pay attention to what is going on in my body, how my body resonates when I reveal some hidden body, like an animal body. And I just pay attention to it. Okay. So there's hidden powers. It's a power, it's energy, and it's really this energy already guide you and sometimes provoke you for some actions that you're doing. But how you can consciously access it, how you can consciously accept it, and don't want like, oh my gosh, why should I, like, why did I behave like this? Maybe because this was meant to be this way. Maybe this is what we need to experience in our life. And later, when we reveal the animal, we will see what kind of gift this animal represents to you. Like, what do they have? What kind of powers they can give you? So stay with us, keep drawing, we'll see. It could be a very profound experience. And it's when we're talking about animals, symbolical animals, the colors that you will choose later, really, it's your colors, it's your messages. It doesn't really have to be exactly as an animal should look. So you can create something different. Mine is looking like I already, it looks like a cat.
Yeah, like a lion or something.
Like if I would be modest enough, I will say lion. Let's let it be a lion. Okay. Usually it's a different energy. It's more like a mother bear, but maybe it's this time.
So can it be several animals? Because I have, I think I have more than one.
Okay, let me see. It could be a community of animals. It could be pack. It could be some group of animals. See, because totem animals, really, there is no limitations how many could be.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it really depends on what you're seeing in yours. So allow yourself to see as much as you need.
Okay, thank you.
My first experience, I was attending workshop and very intense, and one day the 3 animals came at the same time, and it was very unusual because it was first visit And I'm talking about the metaphors. It's not like somebody came to me, and it's not like visions that you have, but during the meditations, the energy starts coming, and you recognize it as a 3 different quality. And it was interesting that you may expect one, and there will be several. Or maybe it's really a question about the whole pack. If you if wolves coming, they all about community. They all about stay together, protect each other, like really give the system and structure to the community. Like there is a very well-defined roles of animals, each animal. And by the way, if you're interested, there is in almost in every state. I know that California has, and Washington State has, there is a recreations for wolves, and you can go there, you can be around wolves and learn about them. You can have a walk with animals. You can volunteer there. I have a friend who is volunteering at such reservation for
yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's a very interesting, very powerful experience, how to be around wild animals and feel and trust them. Like really, it's how you can trust to wild side. So she is always telling us very beautiful stories that they have different roles, and they, depending on the role, they can be aggressive or very protective. So it's very interesting. And I believe that every, all animals that live in packs or in den or in some kind of groups, they have very well-defined roles for this participation in community, how you can be a member. And those roles not always about hunters. Some of them, like really the role looking after babies. This is a very beautiful role, and it's the most one of the important ones, like looking that everybody is protected, that your babies are protected. We really, it's the best way to learn about efficiency in community. We need to look at the wilderness and see how it's really operated for thousands of years, much longer than any people appeared. There's a lot to learn. Okay, mine will be a lion, I guess. There will be no rabbit today, which is a good animal. And see which one. Yours could be a bird. Yours could be maybe, I don't know. Well, there are so many beautiful animals, like snakes, reptiles, turtles. Turtles are very smart and very beautiful creatures. Some scat, some fish could be, sharks. See what your animal is. Don't limit it just to animals. It could be anybody who belongs to animal kingdom. So the animals in shamanic world live in an underworld. There is a higher world and lower world. It's not like a heaven and hell. No, there is different. They both are very high evolved, and they just serve different purposes. Underworld is usually serves to heal and to protect, to give you strength and protection. The upper world usually gives you enlightenment and guidance, like it's more like teachers there. But animals could be very good teachers as well. They just operate on a different level. So different energies. And animals gives you a lot of grounding, like how you can be connected to your body, how you can be connected to nature, to your nature. It's a very important, like to recognize those energies and powers in your body.
Yes, Leo looks like a lion and more and more. And what do you think they are? Is it like a consciousness that is lower consciousness, meaning that animals don't have this awareness of themselves, like consciousness in humans? It's different, and then probably what is the difference do you think between lower and higher?
I think it's just the vibrational levels different, but different vibration doesn't mean that there is a good vibrations or bad vibration. They serve different purposes. And if you actually need to use all of them to operate for different purposes, like if you want to manifest anything on earth, you need to be able to hold lower vibrations. All tangible stuff is quite lower vibrations. But if you want to channel big ideas, you need to be able to adjust to higher vibrations because they operate on a different level. So the people has different levels, different vibrations. Like we have a tangible body, which is the lowest vibration. We have an astral body, we have a spiritual body, we have all different levels of connection to the divinity, and we have all those instruments. We just don't know how to really use them yet. And I cannot give you the exact answer because I still be learning, I still be experimenting and see where does it take me and how does it really helps me before any conclusions I can do. So lower world is I think it's just to be presented on earth, because if we would as a soul has a very high vibration, but body, how we can really connect to our body, how we can really be related to it and feel the power of it and beauty and potential, so that it's not a limitation but really the instrument and treasure. So this is my belief. There's it's interesting that crystals, for example, they exist on both levels, on higher and lower world, like they creatures by its own. So it's very interesting that you can be, there are some elements that really exist everywhere, that don't really depend on the vibration, or maybe integrate all of them. together and be able to still exist comfortably on every level.
That's really interesting about the crystals. You want to see mine? It's really figures.
You have so many circles already. Interesting. I see like there's so many eyes looking at me at the same time from your picture. Somebody's really watching you.
Yes, I have a feeling somebody's really watching.
How do you feel be seen?
It's okay. So it's hard to explain, but it's like looking in a mirror. It's
yes, because it's your hidden side.
Yes.
You're looking at yourself.
Exactly.
It's just a magical mirror. Like when a kitten looking and seeing the lion. This is exactly what we're doing right now. So
Yes.
see the potential, see the powers that is within us. There's nothing we're trying to create here, but something that is ready to be seen. Okay, I don't want even anything to add. Everything is already seems nice. And when you see the animal, see what kind of maybe messages they bring to you, or maybe they bring some powers that you want to integrate more in your life, activate more in your life. And you can draw those gifts and energies, qualities as a circle. You can even name them, so to be aware that you can find the potential circles within the curves and just identify them, like, okay, so what this line can give me. Okay, so the line can give me the power of a leadership. Okay. And I just draw the circle that will represent and it's interesting that it's lion, not a lioness. Because they have completely different roles in the society. The lioness are the hunters. Lions are different. And if you have any bad associations next to the animal that you see in your drawing, maybe it's time to review. Maybe some of those animals that you for some reason don't like, or maybe even have fears related to them, maybe they have the quality that really you can use right now. Something that is very important to thrive and be effective at this moment. I highly recommend you to read, like if you see exactly what the animal is, maybe it's good way to read about them, like what this habits, how they live, what the difference, what is unusual about them. Like sometimes like if you see a bee, maybe you need to dance more or work more. So, and it's not necessary that tradition associations, like maybe it's something different will strike you and resonate with you that you can be related to. So don't limit your beliefs about this animal, your like traditional beliefs to this animal, that it's all they do. Like maybe it's something very important. Another thing that you can look at spiritual meanings of each animal. Maybe it's some hidden messages are there. So if the animal came to you, if you recognize this animal in your drawing, because it's your subconsciousness is drawing this animal, nobody else. Like there's no really somebody who is demanding any creature here. See what the subconsciousness is trying to tell you. See other resources of the information. It could be very interesting. Another gift that I want to, I believe this animal represent that it doesn't rush anywhere. So it's just so peaceful that it's, I'm here, I'm present, and it's enough. This is like really, don't try to run anywhere. Like you can be powerful when you just stay or walk. So very, very new quality for me. I'm usually the one who is running, setting up new goals after you finish one. It's very important to understand that sometimes your presence is enough. And another thing that I noticed, like I usually the one who is creating huge circles everywhere, and mine are like decently proportional to the piece of paper. There is nothing really that you need to be bigger than you are right now. It's a very good message for me. See how your body is feeling. Emotions, like any emotions start appearing, or maybe some sensations in your body. See, maybe some part of your body resonates more with some gifts that animal can give you, or with the animal itself. Like see where this animal is really living in your body. So how does it really want to be? Like which part of the body it's represent? So what else? What kind of other gifts it can give me? It can. Okay, so this is definitely gives very beautiful creature. It's really beautiful. And it's naturally beautiful. There is nothing really artificial about lions. They have this beauty in every move, in every aspect. So think about yours. You can, if you want to remember them, you can even sign them like those circles. What does, or on another piece of paper. So because at the end you can recognize them. Like let's me make a note. So first of all, leadership, peace, those qualities that you need right now. So those quality you may activate with this animal. Recognize those qualities within you, like they already existing in your body, in your subconsciousness, because this is what present those qualities to you. So it's just a reminder, like you remember, you have this, you have that, use it. Use it consciously, be effective, change your perceptions to those qualities. You have many of them. Like if you have several animals, see that each animal can give you different qualities. You can.
Yeah, but I don't know what animals they are.
You can ask them, see. Maybe if they don't even identify, see, maybe they just present one of the qualities that, like, if several animals are coming to you, especially if they like such different sizes, they may represent the integration of different species, ability to integrate, ability to find something that can unite them together, something that they can be powerful.
I like what you said about the wolves and living in community. And there are a lot of them.
And they rely on community a lot. Like they really trust to community. It's not just each wolf is separate.
And humans
in community.
Yeah, humans also are social creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is being tested right now. Social.
Yeah. So see, maybe you can like those gifts, but maybe there is something that you want to ask for. Maybe some quality that you know that you desperately needing right now. See if it's presented by those animals.
Just have a request and then draw a circle?
Yes. See wherever you have find in the curves, if you can find a circle, just in curves, hidden, so potential circle. What else this beautiful animal can give me? Or maybe you can give some gratitude. You can draw circles that will represent the gratitude that this animal, this quality, this power is within you. That this is a good reminder and you accept these powers. This is a very good way to say thank you. Thanks to that you are trust yourself. Thanks that you are listened to messages, that you trust your intuition, your instincts. Animals usually represent instincts. Like animals really trust a lot to their body. Like their body never lies. It's always gives us such so many different signals that we don't listen easily, and it's ignore it, and it's a whisper until it starts screaming. And when it starts screaming, like, wow, what's going on with me, something wrong. But how we can be again reconnected with our body, with this wild side, with all this energy within us, and be harmoniously balanced with this, not overwhelmed, but recognize this energy within us. The flow of energy, like really, the animals are part of nature. They don't really try to be dominant in the nature or in the environment they live. They want to be coexist with the environment, and it's very important to be supported by environment and support the environment as well. There is no bad animal that really just parasite to any environment. They have, everybody serves their purpose. And some situations in animals, some rules in animals kingdom can be different from morality, the human morality, but they still be serving some bigger purposes in evolution, in creating more like healthier community somehow. It's it may look cruel, but there is some wisdom in it. So if you want to go that way, you can try to learn this way as well. See what is going on there. See which animal you resonate, which rules you want to learn. Or maybe it's an opposition, like maybe you think that you resonate a lot with this animal, but appeared completely different, and it tells you that in your situation maybe something different needs to be appearing, something different needs to be accepted. See what good it can give you, what kind of power it really gives you. Because when we have all different options, it really gives you the freedom. It's really to choose, consciously choose. I can use this or I can use that. Like we still be humans. We are, there is a lot of animal energy within us, but we still have free will, and it's very important to accept the free will as well as a gift, not as a burden. Okay, and if you don't know yet what the gift is, but you see that, okay, so this is a definitely circle, and you want to recognize this circle, allow it to be. You maybe give the meaning later. Your subconsciousness will give the interpretation later. And you just define it to see that, oh, I have some gifts that I don't recognize yet, but there are some gifts. And it's how many gifts you can have, how much gratitude you can express.
And just drawing circles for each of them, right?
Yes, yeah. Maybe it's a gratitude to your body. Maybe it's a gratitude to your wild side. So you can, gratitude has a very powerful energies. It's I still believe that the gratitude is more important than forgiveness. If we grateful to every lesson in our life, there will be much less to forgive. There will be much less to see as a damage to you, because everything is a lesson.
Yes, I agree. Sometimes I'm ready to forgive, but I cannot be grateful, and it's just a mental trick that with the forgiveness. Sometimes you think you can forgive, but until you can be grateful, it's not it.
And like to forgive, you really have to put yourself in the position that you are higher, like you have a power to forgive somebody. But it's I don't know, I'm very skeptical about that you are in any bigger position than anybody else. It's like I tried many times to forgive, and it's really a challenge until you find what was the lesson, what you really benefited from this experience. And there is always some. It could be through the pain, it could be through the really tragedy, but there still be some lessons. There still be so much meaning in everything that happened to us. Okay, well, I have like many circles here. So the circles can be big, they can be many small ones. See what really you want to see, like what wants to appear on your drawing. There is no expectations again. Like I know that my drawing, this drawing is already different from what usually I experience with circles, with lines, and I trust it. It's very important to trust yourself, trust to your process. It's very interesting how it's follow the process, follow the neurolines, follow this experience, follow your body, like try see where this hand is going, is leading you, is guiding you. If you see something on your drawing, it's really the most important that you see it, not anybody else, not anybody give you any interpretation. It's what you see, what you feel, what you know. It's a message for you, not for me, not for anybody else.
Right, and Anna, if somebody wants to know more about this process and how to, how is it all, what is it all about? What you say, what can they learn in the class?
You mean in the course?
Yes.
The biggest difference in the course is that we give much more theory. We give more understanding, what represents each step of the algorithm when we do each step, like because the classical algorithm, basic algorithm of Neurographica has 7 steps. Each of them has a very deep meaning and connections to your subconsciousness or consciousness, and to see what really means each step is the best way to attend the class. We only very briefly mention them during such classes because it's not everyone wants to go so deep, but if you feel that you want to learn and understand and consciously like work with deeper meanings to each step, it's the best way to learn in the class, in the course that we are teaching. And of course, it's a requirement if you want to learn future classes about colors, about compositions, about mandalas. You need to understand basics. So.
Yes, so our basic user course, it's 4 weeks, once a week, 2 hours classes. We have 8 hours course plus additional hours for supervision and other instructional tutorials. And if you want to learn more about Neurographica process and want to go deeper, we are starting next class August 3rd, Friday, 7th Friday. Yes, thank you. And you're welcome.
It's in my mental schedule. Don't let me double check. Yes, it's 7th. Yeah.
Friday, first Friday of August. Yes. Yes, I think August 1st is Saturday, so first Friday will be 7th. The class is held online on Zoom, and we have recordings available after each class. You can watch those recordings. You will have homework after each class, and this one drawing after each class. Those drawings will be reviewed, and we will give you feedback. So we can see if you have understood everything from the class, making sure that there are no miscommunications and you have gotten all of the material correctly. We have a private hidden Facebook group only for the students in the class, where they post their drawings and get feedback from us. And at the end, everybody will receive a certificate of completion, which certificate is backed up by the University of Psychology and Creativity of Pavel Piskaryov, who is the inventor of this Neurographica method, the whole Neurographica method. We are certified instructors of Neurographica, Anna and me, and we can teach and certify the other users. Yes, Anna?
It's an Institute of Psychology of Creativity. I'm looking. It's a, yeah, because yeah, I like, just in case if anyone will expect the university, it's an Institute of Psychology of Creativity, yeah. But it's in Moscow. They have
far away in Russia, right?
Yeah.
Right now we have students from all over the world. We have students from Australia, United Emirates, yes, Europe, America, and everybody is very happy. We have testimonials on the website. From previous classes, students have recovered from, have miraculous stories. One lady has resolved her migraines, and is very happy about it. It's not necessary that you will be healed from everything, but because lots of ailments are psychosomatic, once you work on your brain to resolve anxiety and stress, a lot of symptoms will be resolved as well.
It's a good course. Like I'm very proud with what we're doing. So welcome if you want. If you want to see us more often, so come to the class. And it's really beneficiary for everyone. Here I have more and more circles. And I don't know already what the quality is. And I just want bigger gifts. As everyone learned from the mandala of love, gifts are my language. So I love gifts from my totem animal. So here I am.
So what gifts are you getting from the totem animal?
Oh, I have already beauty, I have already peace, and some of those gifts I will keep for myself. Like, I'm not ready to say it out loud. And I will just enjoy them and project to everything I do in my life. Not just Neurographica, but everything else.
Gonna share them with the world. Yes.
You can share only what you have. It's really, you need to be very generous to yourself to make sure that your soul is full of gifts before you can give anybody anything. So
yes, and what makes you not have enough resources is stress and anxiety, and Neurographica helps you work through those problems.
and I'm not even sure if we can give anybody anything. We can just inspire people. Like, nobody can really force somebody to be healed or force anybody to be happier. It's a very deep mistake that, like, oh, I can make you happy. It's not. You can be happy yourself and inspire people around you. Will be happier or not. It will be their choice. You have to respect somebody's choice. It's like, not everyone wants to be joyful at this moment. Some people want to be experience different feelings, and it's okay. It's nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with them. It's just a different state of life for them. So it's, and how we can respect this, how as a community.
So you don't think people are born to live in joy then, or?
I believe that we all have different purposes in life and different lessons. And sometimes we need to go through challenging times to be, so our soul learns something. We have always, it's not like you have to suffer all whole life, but there will be some challenges, and accept them as a part of your soul destination, and find a great meaning in them is very important, I believe. So you may be not always joyful, but you can be always grateful for what you experiencing. And it's interesting, like the joy and gratitude is really complement each other. So if you can be grateful, maybe you can be joyful, even it's not seems like a easy time for you. So I don't know, it's quite a philosophical question that can go deeper than I expected at the beginning when I started this exploration. So, but it's I believe that we all have different times, and it's, if you don't feel joy right now, it doesn't mean that tomorrow will be the same. Maybe it's just such a experience. It's like, it's something that you can learn?
I started listening about Wilhelm Reich, and he's saying that it's a matter of energy. Especially he discovered this orgone energy, and it's once our bodies get depleted or low on it, then all the states, not only physical illnesses, but all the physical illnesses actually starts with the mental first, but the mental start with the energetic. His idea. Maybe I'm just starting to learn, so that's what I understood. And the stress, the more we are in stress and the longer we are losing vital energy, and we cannot connect to the happiness, and it's harder to make the switch.
So in Asian traditions, this is I learned from doctors, they can consider that energy like shifts are very like the reason of all the illnesses, and illnesses starts from the outside and go inside, and they go from the bottom to top. Like if you have some rashes, like allergies, this is external expression of something, some depletion of energies. Like if you try to suppress it, it will go deeper, and it will be affecting your internal organs. So if you did not find the reason why you have allergies, just suppress the symptoms, it's usually go somewhere deeper. If you try to suppress the internal organs effects, it will go upper, so it will go to your mental state. And the mental illnesses are the highest, the worst effect that people can have. So this was what I was told. I attended one of those.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, makes sense.
And there is, but again, it's sometimes the shift between one stage to another could be almost like almost immediate. Like there is not much, could be not much time to catch it. Like there is maybe you tried to suppress allergy and it's already can go very fast somewhere else.
Yes. So it's very interesting. He discovered, he created this orgone chamber where he managed to generate orgone energy, and it was healing. And he was able to heal a lot of mice he was experimenting in. But then when he started experimenting with humans, and especially with cancer, they will get well, but not all of them will heal. And he postulated that it's because their mental state hasn't changed, just the energetic. If they haven't made the change to understand it.
It makes totally sense. Yeah. I have one of these friends of mine that she is a very powerful healer, and she said that you can invest in people like energies, and they get healed, but they just leave your cabinet and start believing the same stories and repeat them in their head over and over, and it's really everything returned back. There is no effect because the belief system still be there. So it takes lifetime how to convince people, not how to convince, but how to educate people what is really affecting them. And it's it's very challenging.
To change their way of thinking, right? And
Yeah.
that's what Neurographica is doing. It can help you change
The way of thinking, yeah, because it makes everything so visual. It's a very and a very beautiful and very creative. There is so much inspiration in Neurographica.
Even Joe Dispenza, he's very popular right now. He does meditations for people to change their beliefs and to cure themselves just by meditation. His rate of success is only 20–40% from people. It's not, they are not able to sustain the change. Okay, shall we start coloring?
Yes, please. I still want like more gifts.
You want more gifts?
I want more gifts. I'm like,
I think I'm done.
there is I'm greedy, so I will use all gifts that are available for me. So there's nothing I can be more happy about. I feel like something big is missing here. I want something big. I want something big. I want something big. I will give myself something big. There are no curves here that really guide me. I just create one. I feel it will be more balanced. And I've noticed how many on the bottom, how many lines I have. Like I really feel grounded here. So I really enjoy and connect with this energy. I've never had experienced the energy of lion. Never. Like it's always different animals. And it's interesting just what yesterday sun was moved to the lion zodiac. It's,
oh, that's the time of the year in the lion.
Yes, it's a very creative time. It's actually sun. Lion is a ruler of creativity, of children. It's a heart, big heart that share their love and inspirations to everyone. A lot of energy. It's a beautiful energy.
The Lion's Gate, right?
Yes. Oh, maybe we. Thanks for reminding. I forgot about Lion's Gates. It's a very beautiful energies, and maybe we can combine it with Neurographica and create some
class.
Yeah, like going through the Lion's Gates and. two years ago, there was some kind of planet alignment, and the Lions Gate was a very powerful. And as a ritual, I was advised, like, you have to specific day have to go through the lion gates, like find any gates that has lines or create the symbolic ones. And we were traveling in Ireland at that time, and it's like, and I was like, my husband, like, I need to find Lionsgate, like, and he's like, where we are going to find them? And the moment we just mention it, like, there was a castle that we are visiting. It was already ruins of castle, but the gate has two lines on top of it, and it's like a perfect stop. This, we have to go there for sure. So
Yeah.
it's very interesting how it's really like you ask the universe is giving to you. So you need gates, here we are. It's a symbol, so it's really just a symbolic representation. But if it makes you feel connected, feel resonated to it, you can do it as well. So yeah, I need to write down like the Lion Gate. Everything is an inspiration for the Neurographica classes for me. Lionsgate class. Thanks for reminding.
Yeah.
And if you have any ideas what you want to see, how this Neurographica may represent some of these interesting models or some theories, like, let me know if I'm familiar with this idea, or if I can learn about it. I will definitely present it. Maybe not right away, maybe take some time for to get more familiar with this, because it's some of these ideas need to be learned before you can clearly represent it to you or to other students. So I have already list of books or list of ideas that want to be expressed, and I still thinking until I find something in the nature that can inspire me, how it could be drawn, how it could be presented, that everybody can understand it easily. What can be done. There are many exercises and algorithms that presented by Pavel Piskarev. I'm trying to teach you my own algorithms, because his algorithms we are going to teach during those different courses that are part of our education. So some of them will be related to Mando, some of them will be related to colors. So very, very rarely when I use his ideas, because they part of the course and I don't want to spoil anything. But
Yeah, they are the classical that he invented 6 years ago, classical algorithms. And
yes. Like there are like 9 months of education, you can imagine, and it was 9 months, at least 4 hours a week, intense, very intense drawing. Sometimes we had 4 drawings in one class. Sometimes I think even more. It's a lot to teach. We have quite a baggage for you. Okay, coloring. Here we are. What we are going to color. Maybe it will be orange, yellow, Let's see. I'm curious what kind of line I'm going to have. I have my new pencil that I'm trying to use all the time now.
What did you get?
I have Studio Derwent. 24 colors.
Are those German?
They're England. They are in, yeah, made in. I don't know where they made in, but this is a.
Do you like them better
England.
than the Prismacolor?
They're different. They're harder, and somehow they look gentler on the paper. Like the soft ones really gives me like they give color so fast that it's a for me it's very hard to hold it gentle, to make it gentle. Maybe it's just my lack of experience yet. I want it a little bit gentler, so I will take it harder pencils.
Oh, your drawings are always gentle colors, very so.
Thank you. Okay, so this line will have green eyes. Big cat. There is a documentary movie I highly recommend you to watch, A Lion in Your Living Room. So if you have a cat and you want to learn about the habits about them, like watch this. It's a very interesting how this perfect hunting creatures are living next to you. So it's really.
Do you have a cat?
Yes, I have. My cat is an adopted one from the shelter. Very, he is a hunter. He's really going outside. He doesn't spend much time in house, and he goes outside all the time and hunt. He brings us
Food.
food. We don't appreciate it, but he's still bringing it.
He loves you.
Oh, yes. And my husband doesn't love to clean it after he brings it. And sometimes he brings it and leave it on the porch, and sometimes we have a delivery thrown to our door because on the not on the driveway but on the walkway there are some pieces.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's quite a
Flesh.
So we were talking about the wilderness, so here we are. So this is
Beasts. There is, I'm trying to remember, I've heard about the book Beasties. It's called Beasties. Very strange topic, title, but it was about those animals that come to you and meanings of them. It's not from a shaman. It's written by a woman who was a teacher, as far as I remember. And she started meditating and animals started coming to her, and she got a lot of information from them, and later on she wrote this book.
Like animals are messengers?
It's what each animal represents. She got a lot of information about if you need some powers, you can which animal to connect to, and what can you expect from them. I'm gonna Google see. It was beasties.
Interesting.
Mhm. Okay, yes. The Book of Beasties, your A to Z guide to the straight, what is it? To the illuminating wisdom of spirit animals. Yes, it's aligned with what you were talking
Who is the author?
Sarah Bamford Selderman. Yes, Selderman. Sarah Bamford Selderman. It's 2 years ago.
Oh, it's just a brand new book, so it's really.
Yes.
Interesting. There is so much information right now. It's really, there's so many books that no way you can read all of them. Just
No, there's more and more books coming. So many podcasts, so many everything.
yeah.
So many movies, so many.
Which is like it's very interesting how we can be. It's very hard when you don't have enough information, but it's even harder when you have too much information, how you can really navigate with all this information available right now for you, how to find the one that is really you can spend enough time to be familiar with, because it's very challenging to find enough resources. I'm like, I have quite a library, and it's some of them just like standing there without, or maybe I read maybe one chapter, and it's such a sad story for the book. Maybe when I will be retired, I will be reading all this information and finding all the answers to my questions.
So I posted some information about this book on the Facebook group if somebody is interested. Below the
Thank you.
Video today.
Some flow of flame. It's like really interesting how this line starts appearing. It's gonna be a fire animal for me. It's gonna be a fire lion.
Yeah, that's what they are. When I met you, I thought you were a lion.
I have an ascendant in lion.
Mm-hmm.
So I am. I have a lot of energy in lion.
You can feel that. It shows.
Yes. As a child, I was quite fiery.
And what is the animal of your ear? The year you were born? Year?
It's not, thank God it's not a fire horse. It's a little bit gentler, but it's still the
A horse?
Still the horse, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fast pacing horse, yeah. Okay, it's interesting. So see which colors do you use for your animal, and it's a very interesting. Maybe it will be some message in the way you color it. Maybe it's something that, some energy that you want to activate or want to just appear. It's really like, I usually, when I color, I don't consciously choose which color I want. I allow my hand to be attracted to what wants to be on this drawing. And later, after if I want, I can adjust it. I can add some qualities and some colors that can balance it, but in most cases, it just, I allow it to be presented as it wants to be at the beginning. We have two Facebook groups. One is English speaking, one is Russian speaking, and it's interesting to see how everyone has a different techniques to color. And because I learn constantly from my students, I tried to incorporate some of the techniques that my students used, and really interesting. Let's see. So I hope it's comfortable weather for you, because we had today some rain. And a couple days was quite hot in Seattle. Finally, like in July, finally we had some summer.
Okay.
So.
It's hot in Texas. It's just hot.
Where are you in Texas?
Suburban Dallas.
No.
Okay, hot people, California, Texas, I don't know what you're talking about. I like never lived in such a warm places. I'm originally from Siberia. Live in much better environment now in Seattle area. Maybe yeah. One day I will live somewhere warmer, but I'm kind of like the weather here. It's not so hot, it's not so, and it's very beautiful in Seattle area. We're quite spoiled with nature and lakes and ocean and mountains. So,
Probably gonna be too cold for me there.
our winter is not so bad. It's rainy, but it's not so like on a temperature wise. It's getting colder. So. It's getting colder. But it's really fiery wine. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I will color this circles with blue, so a little bit to balance fire, to make sure it's not overpowering. So, Liesl, which animal do you have?
It's very interesting because I do have my animals. I have an animal totems and I'm very close with them on a day-to-day basis. But then this character came through who's not part of the normal cast, and it's interesting. And so here I have hanging here is a bat, to my surprise.
Bat. Interesting. Really, night creatures. What's the message? What's the gift she can give you?
Well, I'm sitting with these bats for a little bit. And actually, I've had a few visit us in Montana and other places. I hadn't really considered them much. But as I'm sitting with this bat, I'm growing warmer feelings. I don't typically have warm feelings to the bats that were flapping around when they get caught inside. And the only way to catch them would be to extend these long, those lamb's wool dusters. And they'd finally land and try to nest in the duster, and then you could escort them outside with your duster.
Oh, you have them in California a lot?
No, yes, we have them at night, sometimes over the garden, but somehow in Montana, they would get into the houses. And I wasn't very happy about having a bat overhead. However,
interesting.
They're interesting animals, I think.
They are.
They echolocate, right?
Yes, they navigate with differently, and they look at the world upside down. That's interesting perception.
When they sleep, right? So they are not looking, actually.
Right. And it's interesting, like they flying, but they have this different, everything is so unique and different about them, like really it's not a bird, but has a wing, and it's a very interesting skin-like wings. It's so many gifts the bat can give you. Ask more. Ask the gift. The strangest animal on earth, I believe, considered is like this platypus, some kind of platypus. And it has yes, yeah.
They almost went extinct, aren't they extinct?
I think they still be in Australia area, in New Zealand somewhere. I think there still be some of them existing. I don't know if they're extinct. I don't know. It would be sad. It was a very fun creature. I know that like when they were first time presented to Europe, they believed that this is a fake, that somebody just glued a duck nose to this hairy other animal. And it was a surprise that it's really the unique animal that lay eggs.
Yeah, they look a little bit like badgers to me.
Mm-hmm.
They swim underwater. They must be cousins.
This mammals that lay eggs, they has a beak and they have fur. It's like really everything is combined in one animal.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
I'm reading where it says the first scientists thought it was a combination between a duck, beaver, and an otter.
Mm-hmm. The nature really got creative.
Males are venomous. They have stingers on the heels of their rear feet.
Oh.
And they deliver toxic blows to their foes.
Why would they have something on their rear feet? How would they attack?
I guess something that's chasing it, maybe from behind. They have it's almost like cartoons where you know the villain spews poison from behind while it's being chased.
Okay.
We really attuned to the animal kingdom. So much to learn today.
For me, the most fantastic creature is the butterfly. How can you be born twice, reborn in this cocoon? What is going on inside of the cocoon? Is there anything left from like a creature of the caterpillar, or is it completely dissolved? I was very curious, but never was able to look into it. They probably know already.
In spiritual world, the butterfly really represents soul. How it's really get reborn every time in something different, something so really from something so disgusting to something to such a beauty. It's interesting how it's metamorphosis. So many changes in this process. And some of them really live like very short time.
What's remarkable is that they and their offspring know how to navigate hundreds and hundreds of miles on their migratory paths. And how does that knowledge get passed on to the offspring where they know exactly where to go? Right below in Santa Barbara, the farm, there's a whole colony of monarch butterflies that come every year. And they alight in the eucalyptus trees. And it looks like chakra. It looks like a cathedral of stained glass. There's hundreds of thousands of them, and they hang out there on their way to Mexico.
Wow, cool. So there is a farm that like they coming back?
It's a grove right on the coast, and they've created a butterfly preserve there. But what's so remarkable is what a long journey those butterflies have, and then they continue further south, and that they know every year where to go. Astounding. I will take you to see it one day, dear Anna, when you come visit us
Okay,
in Santa Barbara.
looking forward. Oh, I'm like, with all this limitations to travel, I'm so looking forward to visit so many places now. And it's interesting, we have so many students from Bulgaria, and I've never been in Bulgaria, so I'm looking forward to visit Bulgaria now. It's never been on my list for some reason. But
Yeah.
maybe one day I will.
Yeah, it's a nice. There's nice things to see there. Europe is very good. There's so many things to see in Europe. I miss Europe.
But what I heard that Texas looks like a European city, like not Texas, but like Houston. No?
No, for me, I think that Boston was the most European city in America. To me, at least, but there may be others, people who are associated with other cities. But Houston, I would not say Houston is a European. Dallas was built for cars. Dallas was built when there were already cars, and it's planned. It's planned for cars, so it's very different than Europe. Houston, I don't know. Houston may have been built earlier. San Antonio has areas because it's there is a lake close by San Antonio called Travis Lake, and it's a long lake with lots of turns, and on both sides around the lake there is little hills, and some of the villas are white and nice, and maybe remind me a little bit about Greece.
Okay. I think every place has some unique qualities that is worth to visit, and nature and people, everybody is different. Beautiful. Okay, like I'm so much energy here now. It's a very fiery cat. It's a very fiery cat. It's interesting. Let's see. And make it even more fiery. So pay attention to your body. How does it feel when you bring colors to, like I feel like I got hot with all this fiery colors on my drawing. There will be some energies.
Anna, who will benefit from a class about colors? What
About
people?
colors?
Mhm.
People who want to give more understanding about symbols of colors, pretty much everybody. How you can, first of all, how do you give more interpretation about the message that the subconsciousness gives you, sending you, and at the same time, how to use colors consciously, how you can use them as a tool to activate some qualities, how to recognize which quality of yours is suppressed and maybe needs to be more open to release it, give it some gentle love, gentle understanding and support. So the colors really, the way we are going to use colors is based on Chinese traditions, Asian traditions, and it's thousands of years and a lot of connections to not just emotions, but different qualities, really. It's very, very structured, very big system that can be very helpful. You can use colors to adjust many things in your perception, in your life. And scientists, there's many researchers that color is really impacting us, like how we resonate with some colors and we try to avoid other colors. There is so much science behind the color as well. I have like those three like beads in Jack Sparrow bird, like the pirate Jack Sparrow. He had some beads in his bird.
His beard.
Yes, his beard. Yeah. Some quality of a pirate. It will be interesting. Did not see it's coming to be a pirate. Such a small details really gives this character personality. It's a creature that is not just any creature. It's a creature that has many aspects. It's like a pure energy. It's not maybe on the pictures will be, but I don't think that camera is really share what is the way that I try to color. We have one student that she's doing very, like the way she's coloring, it's a very soft drawings, like very soft textures, and it's I'm trying to learn how to do it, and it's very interesting to experiment. I'm constantly experimenting, and I invite you to try something new every time. play with this, learn something new. Don't afraid to ruin your drawing. It gives different personality to the And I'm already curious, like what will be the next time? What kind of creature is coming next time? I'm pretty sure it will be something different. Somebody different will come. Very unusual summer for everyone, especially for me. I've never worked so much in summertime. It reminded me my school years when I was working during the summer, not. Okay. Do you have any questions? Let me know. I'm already like so focused on my drawing, like really so many details that I want to explore. But if you have any questions, let me know. I'm eager to talk. I love to talk.
I'm thinking about the colors because the colors are vibrational, right? They have, every color has their own vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
And we are vibrational beings, so they affect us as human beings. And Chinese understand also colors and how to heal using colors and from the Chinese system. So that's what I'm thinking. Otherwise, mine became very colorful and so many colors in my drawing. I don't even know how to combine.
What kind
them.
of animals are so colorful?
I don't know. And here it is.
Okay. Wait. Yes, and they're so bright, all those neon colors.
Yes, yes. And I don't know. I don't see anything specific. Definitely not bats or
maybe butterflies. Like one day, like there's so many of them.
Maybe butterflies. Oh yeah, maybe butterflies with so many colors.
It's really the butterfly, the wings. Usually the biggest eyes they have on their wings, like they imitate the predator, so to scary birds. Like not every butterfly, but some big ones, like the brightest, they have this eyes, big eyes, dark eyes on their wings.
Yeah. Yes, maybe that's what it is, butterfly.
But it's my interpretation. See what, like I'm so jump in with suggestions, like be very critical about it.
Because I was thinking about butterflies when you were talking about unusual animals. I started thinking about butterflies, so maybe that's it. Say something so the
Excuse me, I interrupted you.
no, say something so the camera switches to you. It was showing me.
No, it's it shows I think it's here. First of all, I think it's a first class after we finished the marathon. So thanks a lot to everyone who participated. It was really fun and really challenging for everyone who participated. We have so many drawings and so many discoveries and beautiful experiences, like really such a dedication and such a commitment for some beautiful creative people. It's very, very inspiring. It's very rewarding. Really just feel that so many people was able to participate. There were, like, as I understand, like I received messages now that people were drawing, following the YouTube videos. They were not posting them on Facebook, but they were drawing, and it was very interesting. So if you have your drawings, please share with everyone. We have already announced some that there will be some prizes. If you want to participate in the lottery for those prizes, you can just share your drawings, like all your drawings on your page, and give a link to the group, and it will be it's enough to participate in the about your drawings, about your experiences, right? Some inspire other people. We really want to inspire people who are through the challenging times, and how you can change the focus on your self-exploration during this time.
And what might the prizes be? A pencil sharpener?
No, there will be $50 credit, and you can use them to participate in the course, or you can take them as an individual coaching session to spend them. So it's really
Very sweet.
You can. I think the sharpener is already everybody who participated already has it. So it's really.
I may have worn it out already then.
Yeah. The best gift we give, the knowledge, and this is what matters the most. Like.
But then the next time we'll give the sharpeners too.
Good ones. It's. I have on my table right now, I have 4 sharpeners. So it's a yeah, 4. So it's a must have for different purposes, because I have different pencils. Okay, so it's a lion of fire. It's a fiery creature. So let's see. Really interesting. So, Liesl, how do you like your 150 pencils? Did you have a chance to try everyone? Or
no, I can tell because some are still sharpened and some are blunt. I think I'm overwhelmed by variety, but I just like looking at all of them arrayed. It gives me great joy.
Your freedom to choose, like which quality, which emotion I want to draw. Like colors usually represents emotion, so it's really you have quite a variety now. Beautiful. Okay, well, what else I can, what kind of fire else I can add to my line? It's really. I need so much energy, like right now, to be able to do all my projects that I plan. All this. Things that I am inspired to do. So I need time and energy. That's all I asking. Time and energy. And wisdom to make priorities. It would be good to wisdom to make right priorities to see. And I'm like, it's interesting how you follow your some desires, and like later you understand, like, oh my gosh, what I was thinking about. I'm like, when I offered, like, let's do the marathon, I did not expect how much it will be work to do. Besides your personal drawings and experiences and challenges and everything, that be supportive. Like, thank you that we were together with Nat to manage it. It's not just one person deal. It's a lot, like more like a teamwork to be able to do it together. Okay, I think it's a fiery enough. Maybe a little bit here. It's really. It's not even like from a line from Narnia. I don't remember the name of the line, but it's somebody very energized, very big.
Mine looks so, I don't know, the only kind word would be maybe rustic. I would like to hand it to you, to have your hand with all this elegance on it. But it reminds me, as I think this, there's a wonderful color class I took many years ago at the San Francisco Art Institute with a professor named Agnes Bourne. And we had an assignment, and it was in it's incredible classrooms there. They're one of the older buildings in San Francisco that survived the earthquake, and we saw the moon rising with an evening class, and it had a tower, and just this perfect place of bliss. And we draw, and we were all so absorbed. And we worked on a project for about 2 or 3 hours. And then she very sweetly suggested that we look at our work and assess it where we were, just put down our pencils and really think about it and sink deeply into it. And what was it expressing? And then everyone got so absorbed in their work. And then she said, now pass it to the person to your left and let them work on it. And
oh my
people
God.
just went crazy because they're like, mine. And she said, art is, her point being that we all flow and we're all interconnected with art and how we get so absorbed in art, but also that the person to your left may see you differently and what they would add on top of yours. And it was such an interesting exercise. And I wondered if you ever did that when you were in person in Neurographica. It's just an experiment to hand the drawings and the Neurographica to the person to your left or to your right to see what they might see. Interesting.
Wow. It's really,
it made us feel very connected as a group.
Yes, definitely. This is a really moment of truth, like really how you trust the group and how to not be attached to your creation. Recognize that you are just a channel, that you brought this work and like it can be adjusted by somebody else. It's a very interesting. I had a very interesting experience as my personal, and I witnessed from my students, like when we do the group projects, 4 or 5 people working together on the same piece with Neurographica expressing common topic and rounding together and adding colors and constantly rotating the work so everybody can work on a different areas, and how people can be very attached, like perfect. And it's usually interesting how the group is really get together, the perfectionist and with the person who has a bigger visions and wants everything be done right away, how they teach each other that you need to improve this or that, and how you can be not attached to expectations that everyone is the same, that everyone sees the same objects, the same colors in the drawing, and it's how it's really amazing work for team building. Like really, you can express emotions together and be, it's very powerful, it's very emotional, and be creative at the same time, like still be trust the process of creation, and don't be overwhelmed by your limitation, because your expectations are, it's a limitation, and how you can go beyond and trust the process. It's a very, and you see the different gifts. People really bring different gifts to the community. Some can be very focused on details, and it's very important, and they really dedicated to make sure that all corners are rounded, and they like good communicators, and like they really pay attention to that everything is aligned. And other people has a bigger vision, they see bigger meanings in drawings, they can give really strategy, what we need to do here and what we need to do there. There are people who start the process, and like they start the ball rolling, and like really invest so much, like take risks and start sometimes making mess, but allowed others to create something beautiful out of this mess. It's a very important to recognize it and give value to it. It's yeah, the work in groups is amazing. It's always unite people. Maybe not right away, but there is some connection, and it's a beautiful way. Yeah, I'm with all this social distancing, I miss those group classes. I really love them. Like when we got together and created something else. One of the biggest projects we were working on, world map, and how we can be connected to our roots and bring those roots to the country, to the place where we're living right now, because US is a country of immigrants, and we have, everyone has some background. There is ancestors. It's just question of which generation, but it's still the immigrants, and how to be connected to your homeland and use the power to be effective at this, at your present moment, how to use, to be connected to your ancestors. So there's so much, like, thank you for reminding me, and like, I'm really, yeah, miss the time, beautiful time. I hope it will be available again soon. I love to work in groups. This is my really, I'm a group creature. As much as I love to be alone and meditate and read and everything, I still love to be in groups.
And what is it about the group? Is it just the shared energy, or what do you get from a group that is unique to what you would say get meditating or reading?
I think I love to be able to be connected in an experience, that we can share the same experience differently, but beautifully. It's there is no expectation that, oh, we all have to experience only one way, but how we can be recognize the uniqueness of each and be connected at the same time. So this is what really attracts me in the group. I love, and with any emotional works, not even just emotional work, it's not just practices that attracts me, but even just go to opera or ballet and experience some beautiful performance as a collective. It gives it just increases this, you still have your unique experience, but it gives a different level of joy, that you are not just one of it, that there is so many people that can be happy and joyful at the same time, or sad. Sometimes you can find out that you are crying like everybody else around you. So it's interesting. All of these experiences are important. There is nothing that you can say like, oh, we have to be always happy together. No, it could be some sad experiences. And it's I don't know if the separation that we feel this, I think we still feel the support of the community. That it's because community is important. Community is a very supportive, could be very supportive. It could be distraction as well if you don't. If there is such a strict rule that you have to satisfy to be part of the community, but if it's a gentle community, it could be a very beautiful experience to be part of it. Okay, I'm almost done with coloring. So I have beautiful bowls, and it's only me who can recognize the lion in it because there's so much fire. There is just pure energy of fire here. So that's all that matters really. And it's okay. So I will take it as a gift. And of course, we can, as any neurographical work, I highly recommend to create field lines to make sure that we align with this energy, that we use this powers, that gifts that we're receiving today in a way that universe want us to use, that we're not just start creating something that does not benefit us. That it's there is a bigger understanding and bigger meaning, bigger alignment to everything that we received has importance to us. You may call them field lines, you can call them gratitude lines, because to these animals, or universal lines. So see which resonates the most. What do you want? Or you can do like one line for each gratitude, for alignment, and for connection as well. Okay, wow, it's a lot energy. It's so much energy here. Like if I will show to somebody and say like, oh, this is my totem animal. I'm not sure if anybody will understand me. But it means a lot to me. So I recognize this energy. So this is interesting. So field lines. Let's do the first gratitude line. See this beautiful line. And I want just line it. And lines can create their own path. It's not necessary they have to be following the line that already existing. And they can divide, they can be merging, they can intersect. So see what is resonates with you. See what is important. You might want to go all this vertical lines. And as always, it's created new corners. And we are going to round all these corners. It's a little bit. For last couple of weeks, I love to draw with the Uniball pen, like not Sharpie, but I have Sharpies, but the Uniball pen is really gives me so much control, and it's a very detailed instrument. So if you want to try, you can buy them wherever you find. Like they even sell them in Costco. So if you want.
Do they smudge? Do they after you touch?
They need some time to dry out. They have such an ink that is waterproof and fade proof and something else proof, but they need to dry out before you start coloring. And usually it's like really seconds required, but don't, if you draw right away and start coloring, they can smudge. Yeah. Thanks. It's a good question.
I've noticed.
But, you noticed about smudging?
Smudge it everywhere.
I really like when there is some smudge. It gives such an interesting quality to the drawing, like some shadings. But it's a question of preferences. So I know that some of our students who use watercolor paint, they use Uniball for lines because they waterproof. And I haven't tried to use Uniball in watercolor, so I'm just, it's a second-hand information, not from my own experience. Okay. So did you finish yours? Not. Have you finished yours?
Yes, I
Beautiful,
am.
colorful.
Yes, it's very colorful.
Very bright. Quite unusual for your drawings.
Yes. Yes.
Usually they more like calmer colors.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you need this brightness. Maybe you need some. See what the message in this drawing for you. It's only you who can give yourself the beautiful interpretation. So don't listen to me. I can give like the whole list of interpretations.
No, that's good. Yes, that's good. I was thinking I'm just not good with the colors very much, so that's why I need to experiment more to get to the point where it makes more sense.
Maybe you just need to experiment more. That's all. The message. It's a message. Yeah, I believe that it's a very important, and I don't afraid to ruin your drawing. It's okay to experiment. It's really, when we don't have expectations, it makes life so much fun and so creative process. It's we can play with this. On the paper, we can do everything. So I'm like still thinking about this website and the music, calming music for dogs. And I'm like, every time we have a barking dog in neighborhood, I'm like, oh my gosh, they people need to know about this website. I would start promote it to our neighborhood.
I actually, I was acting a little subversive the other day. My husband was, let's say, keyed up. He was acting like a ringtail tutor. And I said, don't make me pull out that relax your dog music on you.
It's like
you're
secret weapon.
Next step if you don't calm down.
Yeah, it's a good way to you see what is the totem animal of your husband.
Yes, I know his totem animals well. Butterfly is one of them. His are very sweet. A butterfly and dog and deer and frog, and mine are very carnivorous.
Good. There should be balance in the family. Did you know that in Native American tradition, the frog represents the messenger between two worlds? Between the reality and hidden realms, because they can live on the ground and in the water, so they can their habitat is they comfortable different environment, and it's a very interesting. Like when you see that, because one of my last carvings is about frog exchanging inner wisdom with eagle. So it's interesting that the frog brings the wisdom to the eagle.
Interesting.
It's really, I did not expect that that the frog, we have so many associations with the frog and don't really give much credit to it. But in tradition, the frog is a very important creature, and it's a very honorable creature as well. That's why there are so many frogs in native. There are not like, I cannot say that there are so many, but there are quite a common creatures on the totem poles.
Also, I believe regeneration, reclamation, rebirth.
Oh yes, yes, it's very important too. So it's really. There is like you can, if anyone is interested, there's Native American spiritual meanings for different animals and for their purposes. You can find it on I think Google it and it will be some information about them for you. See, like, but read about real animals. See what they really resonate with. So maybe something you're missing, some information that is very important for you to know about this animal, about their qualities. So what is important for? Or watch maybe documentaries, National Geographics about this animal. See what is really trying to teach you, or trying to tell you. And maybe even some facts about it that will be striking for you. Wow, this is mind-blowing. I did not expect that this rabbit is such a important creature, so, or something else.
You know who also was interesting to watch is David Attenborough. You know, he did the BBC documentary on animals. And I've watched it like 4 or 5 times. The one I also, it's not carnivorous, but I do have beaver. And watching his beaver episode is mesmerizing. But
yes.
If you have any of your animals and see if David Attenborough did any series on them, he's worth watching. And the photography is beautiful. It's a beautifully produced segment, but mind-boggling, the world of these animals.
We all, we had a tradition, somehow we lost it, but several times we were watching together with kids about animals. I think it's a wild planet called, and how beautiful the wilderness and how beautiful this really surviving mechanism for each animal. There is a purpose for each of them. There is nothing really that you say like, oh, this is why the God really created this one. It's interesting how they complement each other and coexist very beautifully. And if we recognize these qualities within people and recognize this, it's a very important to for community to survive, to have all of these qualities. It's will be beautiful world. Okay, see what you want to highlight. Maybe it's a special gift, or maybe it's just an animal, or maybe something else that is really bringing your attention, what you want to remember about your drawing. So about this power that is available for you. So how do you want to remember it? Exactly. So see what is presented to you. Like maybe if you close a little bit your eyes and look at the drawing, it's usually something starts appearing. Something is coming forward. Something is really strikes. I want to color this nose. Oh, no, it's interesting. I just colored the nose and the whole face starts like appearing. Now you see definitely this is the line, but I think it's a young line for me. It's a still being teenager. Very young. Okay, so how do you feel about your drawings? About your totem animals? Do you feel connected? Do you feel this energy is activated in you? Wait. Let's see what studying. Lion facts. Thank you, Lissel.
I can see lion, yes.
I will really, I will read about like in more details. It's a big.
It might be fun to watch his series as a coda to your Neurographica today. The one online.
Natsura, I interrupted you. You wanted to say something.
No, I just was looking at your drawing and I saw really some other like lion's nose. I didn't look at the link like right away. So sorry.
Yeah, I see the nose, this is a beard and eyes. I see it. This is what matters. There's so many gears on the left side. I'm like, really, what's interesting? There's so many gears here. So if you finished your drawing, first of all, you're welcome to share and we can connect to it. We can put our hands, like remember at the beginning, we were connecting to the paper as a channel of energy and this power, but now we can connect to this animal and invite it to our body to see where this animal is really wants to be presented, like where is this part of your body wants to welcome this. And if you have several, maybe they want to be a different part of your body. See, how do you feel about it? How does your body resonate with this new power inside of you? Does it need anything? Do you want, does it have any other messages to you? So that was the class. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed my animal, and my really went to the heart. The lion is, I have a heart of a lion now.
He's very beautiful.
Yeah.
I think he wants to be a window.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very busy drawing, like so much going on around the lion. It's really not just a lion by itself. There is always so many gifts to integrate. Okay, let me switch my camera so I can tell you. Do you want to share yours? Ned, do you want to show one more time yours?
Yes.
Beautiful butterflies or whatever it is.
Whatever it is, yes. I think it's still butterflies. We'll see. Maybe I'll have some ideas later what this could be.
I really enjoyed it, how different it is from your other drawings. it's really uniquely different.
It is very different. Yes, very different. Experimenting still. Thank you, Anna. It was a very nice class. And I hope many people will share their drawings.
Oh, yes, please, please share your drawings in the Facebook group. It's always a pleasure. And if you want to hear our feedbacks, we will be open to do it. Maybe not giving you interpretation, but just support and some suggestions maybe about your drawing, technical suggestions. So as a Neurographica instructors.
Here,
listen.
I will flash mine for a second.
Okay, show it. Show your bed. Okay. Wow, this is already like a hidden in a cave. So first of all, I love how huge circles you have, like really very well defined. And I see the bed. It's upside down, yes?
Yes.
It's interesting, very beautiful. Still be very interesting energy, very at peace somehow. There is no rush. There is no very. I love like huge circles, like very busy circles, but very beautiful. This pink and purples, like. Thanks a lot. It's a very amazing. This box of pencils that you have, yes. You're very creative with them. Very well.
Well, I'll learn to use them better. Now it's almost like a little kid, like a temptation. What does this one look like?
It's isn't it fun, like really to be joyful about color pencils? There's no really restrictions like, oh, like if you haven't been an artist for all your life, you cannot do it right now. You can. We have so many students that started coloring at at retirement age. So anybody can do it, and it's always a pleasure to see how it's skills acquired, and it helps your new neuron systems to connect, and it helps to learn something new. So if you want to avoid all these challenges in future life, learn how to draw and how to color. And Neurographica is one of the easiest ways to be joyful without any judgments about your drawing. And move forward, learn something every day. Okay, so this was the beautiful class. I say it was beautiful for me, and I hope it was for you. So looking forward to see you next time. On Friday, we are going to do the same class about totem animals and see. Maybe next time it will be somebody else. Maybe it will be different animal. So we'll see what we are going to talk about next 3 hours. It's always surprised me how this neurolines and Neurographica is leading us to new communications and new conversations about different topics. So thanks a lot.
Well, thank you, dear Anna. It was a beautiful class. You're right.
Yeah. So
good
luck to you in your hot states. You want to be colder or chill, come to Seattle area. We have a beautiful weather, rainy, like not rainy right now, but it was rainy at the morning. So see you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later, alligators. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.